All right, guys. Athlete standards video for the Oktoberfest Games 2015. We're going to do this thing in one take. Event 1 is the strength event, the complex. We are reprising the complex from a few years ago. It is going to be 1 deadlift plus 1 hang clean or hang power clean plus 2 front squats plus shoulder to overhead, any way you want. So let's look at that. The deadlift, what we're looking for, bar starting on the ground. The athlete will pick the bar up, reach full extension of the hips and the knees, the shoulders ending up back behind the barbell. Good deadlift. Then the athlete can clean it hang clean it or hang power clean it. So there's a hang power. Let's see a hang clean. Either one counts. However, the hang clean does not count as a front squat. Now the athlete will do 2 front squats from that position, standing all the way up to extension, getting that hip crease below the knee. And then the athlete can take it overhead with a push press, with a power jerk, with a split jerk. Does the athlete want to squat jerk it? Ooh, still got it.
Still got it.
All right, good rep. The judge will say good rep. The athlete can then drop their barbell to the floor, controlling that drop, making sure that we're staying within our zone on that. There are no thrusters allowed coming out of that front squat. Each rep needs to be an individual and unique rep with that 1 deadlift, then getting that bar from that hang to the shoulders with either a hang power or a hang clean, plus 2 front squats, plus that overhead. I miss anything there? We good? All right. Event 2. This is a quick event. All right, this one is the chest to bar and pistols, alternating pistols for our RX athletes. So the chest to bar, very simply, we need to see full extension at the bottom, and then that chest needs to strike the bar anywhere on the bar below the clavicles or below the collarbones of the athlete. You can butterfly kip, you can conventional kip, either way. Either way. For the pistols, we have a box that will be taped off in the floor that you must begin and finish each rep in. Alternating pistols, the athlete will go down on one leg, good rep. Getting that hip crease below parallel, making sure that other foot does not touch the ground, and that other foot remains, the foot not weighted, remains in front of the weighted foot the entire time. If the athlete's coming up and ends up outside of the box, as long as they get back into the box before that other foot comes down, then it's a good rep and they're good to go. All right, and those boxes, we just slap some tape down real quick. They'll actually be slightly bigger than that, in case you have feet bigger than the big man here. Okay, the other scales on this thing. So chest to bar becomes regular pull-ups. All we're looking for here is arms at extension at the bottom, and getting that chin over the horizontal plane of the bar at the top. You can conventional kip, you can butterfly kip, you can bicycle kip, whatever you're looking for there. Strict pull-ups as well. The other option then for that group will be the kettlebell alternating lunges. The kettlebell will be held in the goblet squat position. You can hold it bell down like Taylor is there, or you can hold it bell up. Either way, it's up to you. We'll have a box where both feet must end back together for the rep to count. So they step out, back knee kisses the ground, athlete comes back, gets that foot in the box before they step out again with the other foot. Now it looks good. All right, the last option there for our scaled athletes, we have a box set up here for the jumping pull-ups. All we're looking for here, and we're gonna measure this out before the workout, is when you're at extension, that bar is above your elbows. Okay, so it can be way up above those elbows if someone wanted to make the jumping pull-ups a little bit more difficult for themselves. But what we're looking for is barbell above elbows, or I'm sorry, pull-up bar. Pull-up bar cannot be below the elbows. All right, that looks good. Then to begin the rep, the athlete must have a locked out elbow and shoulders there in full flexion. Looks good. And they'll jump up, get the chin up and over the horizontal plane, and then come back down to that full locked out position in the bottom. That looks good. Those athletes will be doing body weight lunges. They'll utilize the same squares. They will step out, back knee kisses the ground, bring the feet back together within their little square. Looks good, looks good. That event then ends with a hill carry. So as soon as you finish, you'll be out the door, and there are going to be some logs set up there. It's going to be first come, first serve. You'll pick your log up. You'll carry it any way you wish, preferably probably on the shoulder there. You're going to go all the way to the bottom of the hill and back up. And when you finish, there'll be a designated spot for you to drop that log when you get back up. There will be a penalty assessed if you drop the log on the way down the hill. We obviously don't want those logs to come apart at any time. We've got to use them all day. We will have people stationed there. It will be a 30-second penalty assessment if you drop the log. Now, you can set your log down, of course, but you may not drop the log. You may not roll it down the hill, any of that mishigas. All right, event 3. This is for our RX athletes. This is the skill work. We have a 1-minute max rep bench press. The athlete will begin with that barbell in the rack. It'll be 3, 2, 1, go, and there will be a spotter that can help them lift off. We're looking for that bar to touch the chest, touch the torso anywhere that that athlete prefers, and then reach extension at the top. Also, the butt may not leave the bench at any time. That'll be a no rep. We'll have 2 judges on this. One judge will be the counter and the spotter together, and the other judge will be out to the side there, judging that the butt never leaves the bench. All right, good. During that time, the athlete may rack the weight and then come back out and unrack it and continue on if they have more time left. It does not need to be one continuous set. Did I miss anything on the bench press, Tay?
You want a hand width?
Ah, good call. The hand width. We're going to go with standard powerlifting rules on this. You cannot touch the powerlifting rings. You must be inside of the powerlifting rings on the barbell. So we'll be using barbells that have 2 sets of rings, which this one does not. Those are the snatch rings, but you can imagine the powerlifting rings are about 1 inch or 1.25 inches inside of those, and that's what we're going to be looking for. The weight, we just released that. The weight is 225 for males, 105 for females.
That's not it.
And that is not it. That's not the weight. Let's see. Handstand walk will be the next one. And you guys can imagine this one, if you will. Let's see, there's going to be a start line. Let's imagine that Taylor's at the start line here. And then every 2 mats length, so 4 yards, there will be another line. Okay, so there's our next line. You have 1 minute to get as far as you can, every 4 yards being a safe zone. So if you get both hands across that first line and you fall within that next area, you'll come back just to that zone there, and that's where you'll pick up. So imagine Taylor kicking up there. He's walking forward. He reaches the safe zone there with both hands and he falls. That's okay because he can kick right back up from that line that we've taped there. And then he'll get started again. Does he make it to the next safe zone? Nope, he doesn't. So he'll go back to that line. And he'll continue to do that for 1 minute. I think we taped it out at either 16 yards or 20 yards will be the main turnaround point. So, of course, if you get all the way to that end, you just drop, turn around, head back the other direction. You have 1 minute to do all that. Let's step over to the bike. This is also the order all athletes will do this in: bench press, then handstand walk, and then bike. We have the assault bikes. We're going to go 1 minute max calories. The athlete can adjust their seat as they deem necessary. The athlete will be in charge of hitting their target time. Once they hit target time, go ahead and hit it. It starts. The clock begins. The athlete will take off. The athlete will bike for that 1 minute. So the athlete will be in charge of hitting that target time. The clock will stop automatically after 1 minute, and the number of calories accrued will be the score. I think that does it for our skills. Event 4, we have the calorie row, plus burpees over the erg, plus a little jog at the end. Before the workout, the athlete may set up the erg however they deem appropriately. Set up whatever damper setting they want, which isn't resistance, it's drag. Check that blog post. Set up the foot pedals as they wish.
Also the bite bar content.
And then 3, 2, 1, go. Or I should say, the athletes are in charge. The athletes are in charge of their monitors the entire time. The judges will not be doing anything with the monitors. 3, 2, 1, go. The athlete can then grab their handle. They will row until they reach the calorie count that they're supposed to be at. It's a little bit different for every division. The athlete can unstrap, but may not take feet off of the pedals or butt off of the seat until they reach the number of calories they're supposed to. Let's say Taylor's reached it. He comes out, comes to either side of the erg, does not really matter. And we have burpees over the erg. So we're looking for chest touching the deck, and then up, and then getting over the erg any way you want. You can jump, you can step. We've even seen some people pirouette. Athlete's choice on that. Once you finish, you'll be out the door on your run. Some of you run a mile, some of you run 800 meters, depending on what division you're in. All right, we are doing this in one take. Look at us. Final event. This is the quick AMRAP. All right, it's going to begin with goblet squats. Three, two, one, go. The athlete begins goblet squatting. We're looking for hip crease below the knee. We're looking for full extension of hips and knees at the top. Show us a squat without hip extension, Taylor. Yep. So no forced long squats. We want you to stand all the way up. There's no knee extension. He's going to show us a few like that. We're looking for knees and hips. And we have trained the judges well to be looking for that, knees and hips, because we know a lot of you athletes are going to be moving very quickly on those goblet squats. Looks good. Then we have box jump overs. For the RX athletes, they must be jumps. It cannot be steps. You can jump laterally if you wish. Beautiful. And you can hop down, you can step down, either way. So RX athletes, you may not step up and you may not jump the entire box. Both feet will need to come in contact with the top of the box each time. Let's look at the other divisions here real quick. For the Rxish, we're allowing box jump or step up, over. Either choice, so you do have the choice of step up and over on these. Once again, both feet must come in contact with the box at the top. You may move laterally if you so wish. Hips do not need to reach extension at the top. Finally, scaled athletes, you have mandated step up and over. So you will have to step up and over. We're not allowing box jumps in the scaled division. You will step up and over. Good. Both feet touching the top, both feet touching the bottom every time. Simultaneously, yes. Simultaneously. Finally, we have power cleans or kettlebell swings. So for the divisions doing power cleans, bar begins on the floor. The rep finishes when the athlete racks it on their shoulders and knees and hips come to full extension. All we're looking for from the arms is that the elbows get in front of the barbell at the top of the rep. Show us some no reps on elbows not getting in front of that barbell. So that's a no rep. Make sure that we're getting those elbows all the way through. Looks good. The athlete can touch and go if they wish. Barbell plates need to touch the floor every time. They can also drop from the top naturally. Looks good. All right. You may full clean that. Finally, kettlebell swings. That would be the scaled division. We're looking for that bell to pass behind the knees and the bottom, and then shoulders and elbows in a line at the top, bell vertical. We're looking for bell vertical here. Show us some non-vertical bells. So that's soft elbows and a non-vertical bell. There we go. Yeah. Good. So we're looking for that bell to be vertical at the top, elbows locked out, shoulders in full flexion, everything in a nice straight line. Did I miss anything there? I think we're good. All right. Good luck, athletes.